Viewers, welcome again to Stupid Reality Show. In our show today, we have Faith Gatwiri. Faith Gatwiri is a fourth-year student of political science. Faith, you are in which college?
I'm at the Catholic University of Eastern Africa.
Oh, Catholic University.
Yes.
Now, Faith, it's said that politics is a dirty game. Why then would you want to study the science of a dirty game?
It is all in a matter of opinion. If you decide for something to be good, it becomes good. And if you decide for something to use it for your own benefit, it also becomes bad. It is all on a matter of opinion and personal choice. Yes.
In short, you're saying your opinion is that politics is not a dirty game.
My opinion is that it depends on how it is used. Politics has been
the politicians now.
Yes. Yes. Politics has been intended to benefit people, to create a more orderly society, and to solve social problems.
Okay.
That was the intent. But since some people decide to manipulate it for their own benefit, then it is viewed as a dirty game. But initially and ideally, it isn't a dirty game at all.
So that is what you learn?
Yes.
Tell us more about political science.
Political science is...
Maybe the units in political science.
The units in political science entails so many units. In total, we do a number of 53 units by the time we graduate.
Okay.
It entails international relations. It entails some units of law, some sociology, some social psychology, where you get to understand how people think and how and why they do things the way they do things. It also entails criminology, where you study about criminal behavior, and you get to understand so much.
Talk of sociology.
Yes.
We find some politicians making a lot of political outbursts, things that would invigorate non-peaceful coexistence. Do you think these people need to do political science?
Yes, I feel like they definitely need to do political science, because the people who, when you investigate, the people who usually engage in dirty politics or engage in uncouth political behavior, or in their office they abuse their office, it is because they do not understand how to do things and what politics is meant to do for the people. Yeah.
So most people engage in politics without knowing really what politics means.
Yes, they engage in it out of greed or self-interest most of the time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because you talk of criminology in political science.
Yes.
If you find an MP maybe shooting somebody or something like that, it means these people really need to learn political science.
Yes, they do.
Would you advocate that one of the measures for a politician should be one who has studied political science?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, tell me about the Kenyan politics. How do you see it vis-a-vis political science?
Politics is, if anybody has watched the Game of Thrones, politics is quite similar to the Game of Thrones. It is quite...
Maybe explain the Game of Thrones.
The Game of Thrones is a series whereby there are different royal families who compete for the Iron Throne. The Iron Throne is the most supreme throne. So during their competition for power, they engage in numerous activities to make themselves more powerful, such as getting rid of other families, such as murder, such as intermarriages, and a lot of this applies to Kenyan politics. There is a lot of competition, there is a lot of struggle to survive, struggle to eliminate your opponent in whatever way, and Kenyan politics is similar to that.
So is that the Kenyan politicians have no good foundation about what really politics should mean?
Yes.
In short, politics should be for development.
Yes, it should.
Politics should be for good coexistence, good social being.
Yes.
Okay. Now, the corona times. First of all, maybe we sanitize.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Now, during this corona season, most politicians are not being seen.
Yes.
And you know, politicians like the media.
Yes.
Do you think it is affecting them, and what would be the outcome?
I feel like the corona times are very challenging times, and a lot of people, aside from politicians, are not being seen.
Yeah.
Everybody is in hiding, everybody is trying to protect themselves and their families. So it is quite understandable if they are not as active in the political realm, in media, in events and gatherings as before. It is quite understandable.
But do you think it will affect them?
Definitely it will affect them. You know, they use the media to remain relevant.
Yeah.
And if they are not being seen in the media, people almost forget about them.
Yeah, it's true.
Yes.
Okay. Now, Faith, tell us about yourself. Why did you pick on political science? Because the youth might want to know. Some are in class, some are in Form 4. In fact, repeating Form 4 next year. They would want to be political scientists. What made you get into political science?
Personally, as a high schooler, I loved history and government. I loved understanding how resources are distributed, what are the arms of the government, how the government makes policies and whatnot. I was very interested in the government, and hopefully one day I aspire to be a member of government in one way or another.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell us about Faith, the child.
Faith, the child.
Where were you born? Where were you bred?
Right.
Up to maybe where we are now.
All right. I was born in Nanyuki. Nanyuki is half Laikipia County, half Meru County.
Half of it is Meru County?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
If you cross the river, it is a new county.
Okay.
Yeah. And I grew up, I was quite a brave girl actually. I was being told by my father I was quite a brave girl. I used to make announcements in public. In my grandma's funeral, actually, I asked for the microphone, and I was only about 3 years, to say hello to people, to tell them that I am saved, and for them to be well.
Now, Faith, are you saved up to now, or that was just for the funeral?
Yes, I am saved, but I'm not those extremists in terms of religion, whereby I have to be like this or I have to do this. Yeah, I'm a God-fearing person. I believe in doing the right thing and treating others well with respect. Yes.
That is faith up to class 3.
Yes.
That year 3.
Yeah,
you are 3 years old.
Yeah.
So go on.
After that, we came to my mother and I. My parents got divorced, and my mother and I traveled to Nairobi, where I went to Ongata Academy, where I received my learning from class 2 to 8.
Okay.
Yeah, I was if you ask my schoolmates, I was a very brave girl, very outgoing. I was also a bright student, and I enjoyed my studies. And
so you are also brave in books?
Yes.
Scoring about how many marks?
393.
393, that was wonderful.
Yes.
So you went to which school? Secondary?
Secondary, I went to the State House Girls High School.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Then from State House Girls, now you joined Catholic University for political science.
Yes.
How far or how best have you engaged in politics so far?
I was in high school. I used to be a prefect, and I was known as the women rep of my class.
In high school?
Yes, because I used to defend my fellow students if they are accused wrongly, or I used to air out their grievances, what they need, what are the challenges they are facing. So I was commonly known as the women rep.
Who are these that you can remember that you are with in high school? Maybe for the sake of those who are watching the show, maybe one is watching. Yes.
In high school, I was a brave person, yes, and confident, but I did not have many friends. I believe that numerous friends most of the time are not genuine, so I prefer to keep a small circle of people I trust. I had 2 good friends, and their names are Jane Jerry and Marion Maluba. They are very decent girls. They are very intelligent also, and kind and loyal people.
So you would advocate that girls be intelligent?
Yes. kind, hardworking. They work for their own things.
Yes.
Yeah, and strive to achieve excellence in whatever they do, as mothers, as wives, as friends to each other, and as people in general.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, this is a TV station that is geared to bringing out talent. And in fact, like you say, defending the women folk and all that.
Yeah.
Given a chance in this TV station, what do you think? What would be the best program you could host?
A program I could host. Maybe I could host a program on youth.
Yeah.
And the challenges they face and what they need from their elders in terms of what will help them achieve what they need to do in life. Yeah, I would prefer doing studies and encouraging people to see the youth as not immature and irresponsible, but see us as working progresses, where we need to be taught by our elders how to do things, and also do things differently, of course, because we are different people.
Okay, so you would be more inclined to the youth than the women folk?
The youth are part of the women, but...
no, there are youth who are men?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, so you would be talking maybe about the youth, the lady youths majorly, and...
Yes.
Okay. What can you tell the youths who are watching right now?
I would tell the youths that are watching to strive to be the best versions of themselves. Life is challenging, and also to try to avoid doing the wrong thing in order to try to gain material wealth or friends or even a girlfriend. To always try to do the right thing no matter how hard it is.
Yeah, because we've seen cases where some especially the young girls, young ladies are misled into doing several things that are not that do not warrant.
Yes.
Yeah, so they should be aware of themselves.
Yes, and take it easy, one step at a time. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step, and so you shouldn't be afraid to work hard for what you want in life, because anything that comes easy goes easy also. Yeah.
Machakos saga, so many ladies expectant now out of this COVID situation. Who is failing?
I feel like the entire society is failing. Of course, the girls are failing for accepting to engage in irresponsible sexual behavior. The parents are failing for not giving the children enough education about sex, or giving them even what they need, or any moral conversations or any encouragement. You know, most parents in Africa are cultured to tell students or their children to go to school, work hard, be good, and your life will be good. They don't tell you about sex, about boys, about how you should conduct yourself, how you should act as a decent person, what you should not do, which kind of people are out there in society. So most girls are usually quite naive, even by the time they reach campus and see, oh, there are all these boys around, or even before they reach campus, during this time when there is so much freedom, they don't know how to conduct themselves.
Okay. Now, you are a mother?
Yes, I am a mother.
Would you sit your child, your child is a boy or a son or a daughter?
He's a son.
Son.
Yes.
Would you sit him down and talk to him about sex?
Definitely. When the time comes, I would definitely sit him down. And there's also different kinds of sex education for different ages. There's sex education for young children who are toddlers. You tell them nobody should touch you here or there, and if they do, you tell a grown-up or you refuse. There's also education for...
Oh, that is that song of These Are My Private Parts.
These are my private parts, yes.
You know it?
Not really, but...
Sing a bit of what you know. Maybe somebody would gain.
I don't really know it, but I know there's a song.
Yeah, these are my private parts, do not touch, or something of that kind.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so the parents are failing.
Yes.
The children are also failing.
Yes.
There's also the allure of money.
Yes.
It is also said that a mind that is not occupied is a devil's workshop.
Yes.
I think that those are some of the contributors to what is happening right now. Yes. Now, you've talked about the future and that you'd want to go into politics. What kind of politics would you want to go into?
Personally, I feel like as a politician, because normally there are so many factors that contribute to the actions of a politician. Sometimes they feel like they need to do something, but there are so many other parties who control their actions. They feel like they should be like this for the sake of their people, but they have to go along with the other politicians in order to get favor.
Sometimes
and to
along party lines.
Yes, along party lines. Along, you have to support your fellow politicians if they want a salary increment, even if you don't agree. So I feel like the best kind of politics is NGOs. As an NGO member or as an NGO leader, you're free. You're more free to conduct your activities. You're more free to help people to decide on what you want or what you view is best for the people, without so much control and so much influence and so many strings pulling at you.
Yeah, but NGOs are also controlled by outside the community, maybe the sponsors.
Yes.
How would you protest against an ill that is forced by the sponsors?
An ill that is forced by the sponsors should be made public for all and sundry to know what is going on, in order for even governments to be aware of such individuals who are trying to manipulate NGOs for their own benefit. So the truth is always the best way to conduct things. Yes.
So there are several things that we are not doing right in terms of politics.
Yes.
If those things can be corrected, whatever we have discussed can be corrected, then Kenya would be a very, very good society.
Yes.
Yes. So that is a stupid reality that there are some issues we do not conduct well, mainly because the people who engage in politics have not studied political science. They do not know what political science entails.
Yes.
And viewers, that was a stupid reality. Thank you, Teacher ID. Asanteni sana.